Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to episode 173 of Sir Yeetus' Thoughts. I want to talk about this right now today because I've noticed there's more and more videos of women complaining about where all the good men has gone, why aren't our men protecting us, oh, blah, blah, blah. I realize the errors of my ways, all that typical bullshit, right? Especially since the recession is getting worse over time, right? There's no stopping at the moment. It just continued to decline. Prices are going up everywhere, food, gas, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, now we see a bunch of videos of women all of a sudden, no, where's our men? Why aren't they protecting us? Oh my God, they're the worst. Oh, it's so horrible. I thought there were real men out there. I know a lot of you guys pretty much know the answers, but I want to break it down Barney style so there's no confusion per se. And this is going to be an interesting conversation, so hopefully there'll be maximum participation in the comments today. And after I'm done with my little rant, I'm going to be doing a couple of call ins so I can see what you guys have to, if you agree or disagree with me. So it's going to be a good one, gentlemen, because no matter how many times men for the last 60, 70 years explain on why we don't give a fuck no more, women still want to act all dumb, stupid, and confused. Western women, I mean. So, before I begin, if you want to support your boys here, Yeetus, there's two links on top of the chat, PayPal or Cash App. Best possible way to donate because the money goes directly to me, but you can also do super chat or super thanks. Any type of donation is appreciated, but if you cannot donate, it's all good. There's no complaints there. So, topic for today is why won't our men protect us? Why won't our men protect us, huh? And I'm gonna put up Lionel MGTOW's comment right here. Because according to my knowledge, right, even though I haven't been alive for that long, right, I'm close to my 30s. Weren't modern women the ones since the 1960s yelling, bragging, boasting about not needing a man and men ain't shit? Fuck what happened back in 1919 or 1920. I'm talking about modern feminism. Weren't they the ones that were bragging on how much men are obsolete and they're not needed anymore in society? Even though they're full of shit, right? Like we all know they're full of shit. But you guys understand, even our grandfathers had to deal with that bullshit of women marching up and down the street saying, "Oh, we don't need men. We don't need men. Men can go to war and die for all I care. The future is women. The future is female." So, after dealing with decades of that type of propaganda, why would current men of today give a fuck? I wouldn't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care whatsoever. So, when it comes to that point, gentlemen, when it comes to that situation, it's like saying, how can I put it? It's like saying a child is yelling at you saying that they don't need any help. Like a whole child, let's say like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old, say that I don't need your help. I don't need your help. I can do it myself. I don't need your help. But you notice there's a bunch of, you know, situations where that child can get hurt, but the child is constantly saying, I can do it myself. I can do it myself. I don't need you to tell me what to do. At that point, you just back off, like, okay, okay, little man or little girl, Go ahead, do what you gotta do. And as soon as they put their hand on the stove, or as soon as they put the fork into the outlet, they learn their lesson very quickly. All of a sudden, now they really want to listen to you now. That's pretty much what's happening right now in today's society in the West, gentlemen. For decades, since the late 1960s, women were treating men worse than fucking dogs. But now that the future isn't looking too bright, all of a sudden modern women want to listen now? Come on. Come on. And let me put this up here right here. Nick Coldis, the volume disrespect against men. Yeah. Gentlemen, this is decades. Not all of it has been captured either. There's been decades of straight up disrespect towards men. Constant disrespect that they're buffoons, they're weak, they're frail, they don't know what to do, they're bitches. I'm serious, gentlemen. It's been happening longer than me and you have been possibly alive. Yes, it's been happening since the late 1960s. Shaming language is been around since the dawn of time. But now, as soon as women have the freedom of choice to do whatever they please, they can't stick with the choice. They always got to go back and forth, up and down, left and right. They'd never want to stick with a particular choice, ever. Right? Because if they make a choice and it's wrong, they blame you, the man, for some reason, right? So let's say, she grabbed a sawed off shotgun and she shot herself in the fucking foot, took her whole foot off. Somehow, some way, in 2022, is your fault as a man. That's how ridiculous shit is getting. And once again, they want to act all dumb and confused when men are just ignoring women at this point, unless they want to bust wide open. Unless a woman wants to bust wide open, men don't want nothing to do with fucking women these days. In the West, they do not. Hell, I already know a few people that won the genetic lottery, and they're also being pretty successful in their careers. They're still single. Why? Because they chose to be single. They're not, oh, you Izzo. Oh, you Izzo. Oh, you. No, the fact that the most powerful people, the most powerful men in the world, whether it's power, status, money, wherever it is, the fact that they themselves got burned by the divorce and family courts, that should be enough sufficient evidence to say, maybe I shouldn't go that way. Maybe I shouldn't go down that route. They want to act like all people that chooses to be single is just, oh, you ugly, oh, you gay, oh, something's wrong with you. No, believe it or not, there's more and more people that are eligible to have a date in a woman's eyes. They don't care. They still choose to be single because out of fear of the bullshit that's going to happen in the future, right? And that's another point. Fear. Fear, fear, fear. Yes, I know people in the fucking comments can easily say, oh, it's not because I'm afraid of somebody. It's because I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, of course, nobody gives a fuck anymore. No man gives a fuck anymore these days when it comes to dealing with modern women. What I'm talking about is these young men, and even when these men won the genetic lottery, or they're successful, or both, right? They're extra lucky. They won the genetic lottery and they're successful. They're steering clear from these modern women. They've been watching all the news. They've been watching YouTube. They've seen their friends. They've seen their families go through bullshit when it comes to women. So, as a smart young guy, this young man is, they're like, nah, I'm about to do me. And then on top of that, the channels like mine, we speak the truth about certain bullshit that women do. That's the only reason why channels like mine gets demonized, gentlemen, because we speak the truth, nothing more. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you to take my advice as 100% truth, as gospel. That's not the case. No, you need to get to the point where you can take as many information as possible from various channels, and then you form your own ideals, your own values, and ethics when it comes to the dating market, right? When it comes to dealing with women. But it's getting to the point right now, 2022, where men that are they're obviously eligible. They can get a woman if they want to. They can get bitches if they want to. They just choose not to. Cause how dangerous is getting out there. Especially after they watch my videos, especially if they've seen it in person, what happens to their friends or family, male friends, male family members, where a woman doesn't even have to know who you are, and you can possibly face jail time. She doesn't even have to know who you are. It doesn't have to be no physical contact, no eye contact, nothing. You don't acknowledge her existence, and she can, I don't know where, call the cops or whatever and say you did something to her, and you could potentially face decades in prison. In one case, life in prison. The fucked up part is the dude that she accused never met her in his life. He doesn't know who the fuck she is. So she's doing all these false allegations, crazy bullshit out of bitterness, or just because it's fun to her. It's amusing to her. She wants to see what happens next. Gentlemen, I'm sure you notice at your workplace as well. The dynamics change depending on where you work at. I don't know if you work corporate, wherever it is. Men are a lot more careful than ever these days when it comes to associating with women, even if they're coworkers. Because I definitely learned young that no way in fucking hell I'm going to be in the same room with a woman by myself. That is just a recipe for disaster. No way you will catch me with a female coworker or whatever in a room. Nobody else is in the room. No cameras, no recording. You will never catch me in that situation because that will give her so much power to destroy you tenfold. Because what proof do you have to defend yourself? Because in this gynocentric society, men are guilty to proven innocent. So if you don't have any type of recording, whether it's video or audio, more likely than not, you're fucked. And then you'll have to wait like what, 5, 10, 15, 20 years later to be exonerated. To say, you know what, now that we think about it, he didn't really do anything to her in the first place. She was lying. Yeah, you kind of wasted 20 years of your life in prison, but here's $1 million, and you know what? We're even now. We're cool. It's all good. It is astronomical, gentlemen, on why today's women want to act so fucking stupid, so dumb, or why men are not bothering when it comes to protection, when it comes to providing. What? Okay, how should I explain it? How should I explain it? What is there to protect in the West? What? Tell me something of value that a woman has, that a man is willing to put his own life at risk in the Western countries right now. Because there's plenty of examples, and we explained before in my previous live streams. Men, even when they try to save a woman's life, yes, whether it's drowning, whether it's physical assault, whether it's sexual assault, somehow the person that's going in there being Captain Saberho, he gets sued, or he gets beat up, or he gets killed. I repeat, gentlemen, how is there something of value in women in the West when there's countless cases where three things happen when a man tries to go in and save the day? The man gets sued for some reason, saving a woman from drowning or choking or whatever it is. The man, the man that's going in there to save the day, he can possibly get beat up by her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend, or he can get killed by her ex-boyfriend or boyfriend. So with all of that on the table, think about it. Men, we primarily do not base on decisions on emotions. We base on decisions on logic, on rationality, on probability, right? And whatever man tries to go in there and be a Captain Saberhole 2022, I feel horrible for you. I feel horrible for you because more and more men, they're not giving a fuck. They're not. So that's why there was also cases of women dying because men were too afraid to save her in the first place in fears of their own lives being ruined. It's no joke, gentlemen. It's no joke whatsoever. Fuck the equality bullshit. They don't want equality. They want superiority. They want control. Damn if you do, damn if you don't as a man. Either way, you lose. That's how they want society to operate in 2022. As a man, you lose, you lose. Pretty much a lose lose situation. But women or people a part of the LGBTQIA, whatever the fuck it's called, community, they want to be in the win win situation. Even when they lose, they win. That's how they want society to operate in 2022. I can give two fucks at this point. If you're not a family member, if you're not very close friends of mine, you are not obligated or you are not entitled to my protection. You're not. Since all these ladies want to be strong, independent, and don't need a man now, why would I want to intervene? You don't need me. Why would I give a shit? That's the thoughts of a lot of men out there. Yeah, of course there's simps. Of course there's white knights. But I'm talking about the growing population of men are saying, you know what? It's not worth the risk. Because once again, men, we think on probability, we think on logic, we think on rationality. Me potentially saving this woman could get me killed or get sued to oblivion. Because, yes, gentlemen, even after the man saves the woman's life, the woman, her life was saved, sues the man that saved her life. You're not entitled whatsoever. I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat right now. Everybody in the chat right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that in 2022 women are not entitled to your protection. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe in 2022 women are not entitled to your protection. Because I am looking for the two. You can go ahead and hop on here and we can definitely talk about this shit because I'm ready for the smoke today. I'm ready. What the great ghost just said. I already pay taxes. That funds their protection. Gentlemen, their very protection is always from men in society, whether directly or indirectly. The great ghost made a very plausible, very true claim. This is nothing but facts. Men, what do our taxes go to in society? Medicare, Social Security, law enforcement, military, infrastructure, transportation. I can keep going with the list. Men protect women directly or indirectly. That is facts, and there is no disputing it. Because look up the statistics, look up the data of how many men pay taxes compared to women in 2022. Look at the data of how many men have surplus in their accounts and income compared to women. Because women, they have way more debt than men do in the United States. Women out there are digging themselves a financial fucking grave just so they can get their gender studies degree. Men, we are at net positive. Women, negative in the United States. Men, we have a lot more plausible claims to start bitching 24/7 about why do majority of men have to carry the burden of paying taxes. Why aren't women paying taxes? What happened to being strong, independent, and not needing a man? Why isn't the IRS or whoever's in charge going after these women to make sure that they are paying their taxes and they're paying their debts? And that's the number one thing, gentlemen. Out of everything else I just mentioned so far, because we already know there's a lot more reasons on why men are like, you know what? I'm putting down my sword, I'm putting down my shield, I'm putting down my armor, and I'm walking away. Because why would I serve a society? Why would I protect a society that would treat me worse than dirt? Why would I serve and protect a society that says that they don't need me anymore? They say it on the media, they say it on social media, they say it in person, they say it to their sons, they say it to their dads, they say it to their uncles and aunts and grandpas, whoever the fuck it is. They constantly, on a constant basis, they always say, we don't need men. We don't need men. Men ain't shit. Men are horrible. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So if you don't need me, why would I even try? Why would I give a damn at this point? I wouldn't. So instead of me working to death as a wage slave or as a workhorse for the next 40 to 60 years to support your ass as a woman that expects a life of leisure, maybe I can take my hard work elsewhere where I and I alone reap the benefits. But they don't want you to do that, gentlemen. They don't want you to put down your sword. They don't want you to put down your shield. They don't want you to put down your helmet and walk away. They don't want you to go and get those passports. They don't want you to go overseas and look for a woman that can actually appreciate you as a man, as a masculine man, as a man that's supposed to take an authoritative role in the household. Because guess what, gentlemen? There's a difference between the East, the West, Eastern and Western countries. I was about to say like the all 4 points, whatever it is. But Western countries, they expect you as a man to have 100% of the responsibility and zero authority. At least in non-Western countries, you will have 100% of the responsibility per se as your role as a man, traditional role, but you also have authority over what happens in the household that you paid for, over the household that you put food in, that you put clothes on their back. You make sure that they're protected and secure. No, that's not what happens in Western countries. You're expected to work yourself to fucking death and smile about it. And on top of that, the wife runs how you use your finances, runs how the household works. That's a reality in the West, gentlemen. If you want to have a relationship here, if you want to have a relationship here in the West, go for it. But that's your reality. You will be a workhorse and nothing more. Nothing more. I repeat, you will have 100% of the responsibility and zero authority. But in non-Western countries, you will at least have complete say on what's going on in the household, and the wife and the kids will definitely understand, because guess what? Without your hard work, they will be struggling right now. They'll be struggling right now. Because guess what? Unlike the United States, there's many countries out there that don't really have as good of a welfare, or any welfare, or any alimony, or any type of, hey, you gotta split your assets in half with your wife. That's not the case in various countries in the East. So when it comes to that, you see how much enabling is happening in the West when it comes to lawmakers, when it comes to these male feminists in public offices, passing all these laws left and right, where women can run amok left and right, and nothing's going to happen to them. There's countless evidence about that, and you guys know it. Don't you dare tell me on my channel that women get held accountable in the West in 2022. Don't you fucking dare tell me that. Because that means whatever I'm saying right now, I'm wasting my breath on you. And don't waste your time here. AWOL, gentlemen, of course. AWOL. AWOL. Wherever you go in the world, all women are like that. I agree, gentlemen. But like I said before, don't listen to the bullshit of all women are the same around the world. Every single woman out there is feminist. No. Look into the laws. Look into their culture. Look into their environment. Look into her family. Look into her religion. If you're still trying to look for a relationship or trying to build a family, those are the things you need to look for. But not here. Don't do it here in the West. I highly advise you to not get a relationship here. Highly advise you against that. Because guess what, gentlemen? No matter if she's a virgin, no matter if she's not a virgin, it doesn't matter what the fuck she is. At the end of the day, she will eventually be corrupted by the American culture, by the modern feminism. It doesn't matter if she is a virgin or not. And I came to that conclusion a couple days ago. It doesn't matter. It really does not at this point. Eventually, if she's living in the West, more specifically the United States, eventually she will deem herself better than you. She will deem herself as something that, I've been with this guy for 5-7 years. I can do better. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's a virgin or not, in my opinion. Not in 2022, not in the West. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. Because look how many incentives a woman get if she initiates the divorce, right? Not even for a logical reason. She can easily just say, "I'm not happy." Bam. Especially in certain countries, not certain countries, especially with certain states that have no fault divorce. She can make up some bullshit reason, and then you are paying alimony for life. Half your shit's gone. You potentially got to pay child support. If you don't pay child support, you're going to jail. I may sound aggressive today, gentlemen, but I'm sick and fucking tired of the ignorance, the delusions of what's happening out there. Right? And it's not just dating. There's plenty of things that are going wrong out there in society. If the most powerful men, such as Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, or famous men such as Dr. Dre, or recently Sylvester Stallone, if they can't escape the courts, what makes you think you can? What makes you think you can? That's what I'm saying. If billionaires or the most richest person on earth couldn't escape the courts, what makes you think you can? You got to get that through your head, gentlemen. It doesn't matter if she was a virgin. It doesn't matter if she's a non-virgin. It doesn't matter where country she's from. It doesn't matter what type of family she has. It doesn't matter what religion that she practices. When she comes to Western countries, especially in the United States, they will all be indoctrinated the same. You are fucked. Well, mainly because you guys weren't being red pill enough. You thought that she was the unicorn of your life, and oh, she won't screw me over in California when I put the ring on her finger. There's no way she's with me just for a green card. That's impossible. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Tom Brady as well. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Just because the wife is unhappy that well, this is what I was told. The wife is unhappy that Tom Brady doesn't want to retire yet. Gentlemen, Tom Brady, which you can pretty much say is the greatest quarterback of all time. He's not injured. He's still in great shape. Why won't you support your husband in striving for greatness? Why will you hold him back? Why will you intentionally take him away from football if his health isn't in danger? And there's no issues. Why you, as the wife, are not supporting your husband into striving for internal greatness? Model or not, motto or not, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you know right now. If that model that Tom Brady married was single, nobody will really give a fuck about her. Nobody will give a shit about her. No. But the fact that she's married to Tom Brady, that gives her the importance. That gives her the title. That gives her the respect. That gives her the status. For example, gentlemen, can you currently right now name 5 supermodels that are making multi-million dollars? I'm serious, gentlemen. Can you name 5 supermodels right now on the spot that are making multi-million dollars? I don't think most of you guys can, because guess what? We don't give a fuck. We don't give a shit about the fucking models. Yeah, they may look good in the magazines or whatever, but that's just how far we'll go. We don't really care about the name per se. We'll just go ahead and look at the magazine and be like, oh yeah, very nice. And then we'll move on with our day. We don't really give two shits per se about the models. But the fact that she's married to Tom Brady gives her that type of reputation, positive reputation. But the fact that, in my opinion, she's selfish enough to destroy family because Tom Brady feels like he can go one more year. One more year. That's fucked up. And in my opinion, I really don't believe it's because he refuses to retire. She knows that Tom Brady is at the end of his career. And you already know how it is with a bunch of uh, athletes in divorce. More likely than not, an athlete will get divorced after he retires. The wife of that athlete will divorce him after he retires because he already peaked out on his income. Once he retires, there's no better than that. He can't get any better. It's done. It's over with. He's old. He's injured. Okay, it's time to cash out. I will be shocked. I will be shocked if LeBron James' wife stays with him and Steph Curry's wife stays with him. I will be bro. I will be so surprised. You gotta think about that, gentlemen. Just think on it. Anytime an athlete retires, the wife wants a divorce because that's the best she can get out of that guy. As soon as a man serves its purpose, she's already looking somewhere else. It is what it is. Red Pill Knight, but she make more money than him? No, she probably does, but based on what's going on in today's society, I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow, some way is able to still get money out of him. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. But gentlemen, in all seriousness, at the end of the day, a lot of men are tired. We men are very tired of being scapegoats when it comes to society's problems. Men are beyond tired of constantly getting pointed at and blamed for shit that we literally had no control of. Because why? The laws in this country and how society works, men's hands are tied behind our back. There's nothing that we can do. It's like a bunch of little children running around, and as soon as they fall and scrape the knee, they're gonna blame you because you let it happen. How does that fucking work? I don't know why. But guess what, gentlemen? That's just how it is. We have a bunch of grown children running around, do whatever the fuck they please. But as soon as they get like an STD, as soon as they become single mother to a bunch of baby daddies, as soon as they hit around 45, 50 years old, and nobody gives a fuck about them anymore, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, men ain't shit. And men are just fucking tired of it. That's why you guys saw my meme from I think it was this morning, where model women in 2022 were like, men ain't shit, men is this, men is that. And now more and more men are like, you know what? Fine, whatever. We ain't shit. And then we continue with our business. And they hate that with the pat. Oh, they hate that. They hate being ignored, gentlemen. Attention is their currency. Attention is their currency. Oh, Red Pill Night. Speaking of military, there is a video that I should be able to post tonight. A short that involves the military. I think you guys will enjoy. You guys probably already watched it, but I think it's fucking hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Honestly, if I saw this, I will automatically assume that we lost the war. But oh snap, I got a super chat from Rusty Rivers. Hey, what's going on, man? A generous $50 donation. Thank you very much, man. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just very passionate about this today. It's not even funny. It is ridiculous. Let me read this one as well. Herman RP4, $5 donation. Thank you very much, man. You constantly donate anyway, so I'm not really surprised. I appreciate it. Rich Piana was being used for a green card, and he's a Giga Chad with 27-inch arms. Yeah. I think I remember that story. I think that was around 5 years ago, where Rich Piana, if you don't know him, you can look him up. His YouTube channel still should be up there. He's a successful bodybuilder, especially successful financially, getting them gains, getting them guns. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved him because he has such a positive / energetic attitude. But the girl that he was with, oh, he was sipping hard. He simped way too hard. And I think, in my opinion, that's what got him. That's what got him killed. Because he was with this girl for like what, a year or two, and the girl literally recorded Rich Piana having some type of medical problem. If you guys know what the video is, he literally recorded Rich Piana having a medical emergency and didn't do shit. She just recorded him. It was vile. It was evil. It looked like she was just waiting for him to just go to the other side. It was insane. It was insane. Because I'm sure if any of you guys' friends were having a medical issue right in front of you, you'll be calling 911 in a heartbeat. But this woman that Rich Piana married, or was it a girlfriend or whatever? But I will assume Mary or whatever. She was literally recording Rich Piana while he was in danger. His health was in danger. That's how much Modern Woman gives a fuck about you, gentlemen. And guess what? Rich Piana was a very successful man. Imagine how a woman will feel about you, the average man, if you are an average man. I don't know your background, but you get what I'm talking about. Jiraiya, my mom always say that men love romantically while women love opportunistically. There is nobody more ruthless, in my opinion, than a woman. Gentlemen, I never help women. Yeah, romantically is a good enough explanation because I usually go with idealistically because once again, men, we go after women hoping that they will never change, right? Whether it's physically or her personality or both. Men literally go into that type of relationship hoping that she will stay the same for as long as possible because that is a person that we had a crush on. But of course, we always caught off guard when they pulled the typical bait and switch. And they start dragging you through the courts. Carry on the fallen, £5. Thank you very much for your donation. And he says, Super Chat Wars begin. I'm going to represent the UK because we're the best country. Suck my balls. I wouldn't go that far. Uh, you guys aren't doing too hot when it comes to the economy right now. The UK ain't doing too hot right now. Let's keep it real. It's not doing the best. And plus, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you guys lost during the Revolutionary War if we did throw your tea into the Boston River. And the United States is back to back World War champs. So just putting it out there. I know I probably riled up Carry On at this point. Chaz the Fool, $5 donation. Thank you very much, man. You're also the one that's constantly donating. I greatly appreciate it. Just did a 245 squat 5 times in a row. I'm getting stronger every day, Yeetus. Keep up your amazing work. That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm not that strong when it comes to squats. Squats is my weakness. It's because I'm the one that usually struggles to keep my feet flat. You know, that's my main issue. It has gotten better over the years, but it's still a problem. But I can definitely lift heavy with deadlifts and bench press. Those are the big ones I can do. But gentlemen, tell me in the comments. I'm gonna read some comments right quick. Tell me why you believe men just are dropping their weapons, dropping their shield, and is just walking away from everything. Tell me, give me a good reason why. Give me a good reason why men are just like, you know what? I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm done. And they're just dropping everything and walking away. Because that's one of many reasons why Rome fell. Because the men that are supposed to defend Rome, they didn't even bother to fight. They didn't deem that it was worth it at that point. So, in your opinion, tell me why you believe men are just like, you know what? I'm dropping my weapons, I'm dropping my armor, and I'm not doing shit. Fuck this. Chaz the Fool. People hate us yet still expect us to stick around. Screw that. That's a good reason. I agree. Scully, because they wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. Yeah. I believe they'll pull out their phones and just record, point, and just laugh at you. They'll laugh at you while you're burning alive. I agree. A shot of whiskey because everybody wants to punish us for doing what they want us to do, which is fucking weird, man. Very weird. Very weird. Because since we have an epidemic of single mothers, they're the ones who are raising the very same men that they hate. Because why? Women, they don't know how to raise boys to be men. They just don't whatsoever. So at that point, once they like, oh, I know what a real man is. A real man does this. A real man buys flowers. A real man texts every day. A real man, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as that young son turns into a young man and he does all those things, he is repulsed. The woman that he's talking to is disgusted by him. Doesn't want anything to do with him because he's too clingy. He's too nice. He's too boring. He's too lame. He's too much of a nerd. Because if his father was around, which is like a masculine father, he will tell him the exact opposite. Don't worry about these 304s. Don't worry about these hoes. You do you. You do what you got to do, and these women will follow. Simple advice, but very effective. Dr. Jeep, what would I be fighting for? Exactly. That's a perfect rhetorical question. What am I fighting for? Like, what's the point? Why are you looking around? Like, what am I fighting for? What's the point? Super Turbo Death Shark. It's not a fair deal anymore. A good marriage used to be a 50-50 partnership. Too many women forgot how to be partners. Yeah, they forgot how to be partners. They weren't taught on how to be partners, or they just don't give a fuck about being a partner. They want to be in charge. And that's not how relationships work, especially when it comes to them wanting traditional benefits. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Lego my ego. Sir Yeetus because of narcissism, sociopathic, dark empath, perfectionist, and competition. Yeah, yeah, that's it. All the qualities that men are not turned on by whatsoever. It is horrible. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth if I meet a woman with these type of qualities. I want her to stay as far away from me as possible because she's out for my demise. She ain't trying to help me to win. She's trying to help me to lose. Silas, laws disfavor men at every turn. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Anybody wants to disagree, you can look it up. Look up how the family courts and the divorce courts are heavily biased against men. Just look it up. He kept it simple. Feminism, TikTok, OnlyFans. Yeah, Charles is, that there's no other explanation you need to make at that point. Mochi Alex divorce court. Yep. Fat Andy. Society only needs us in time of peril. I completely agree. Right now, we're in the stage of weak men create hard times, and I don't know if I'm gonna see it in my lifetime or if I have kids. Right? If big if my kids will see in their lifetime, strong men. I mean, hard times create strong men. That's gonna be the next phase. Because I'm telling you right now, gentlemen, I won't be surprised if there's going to be a lot of violence in the future, near future. Oh man, my bad. I completely forgot about the. That's completely my fault. Ooh, do, 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 do. Let's go back up. Nick Coldis, $5 donation. You had a super sticker, but I cannot see what it is. I will check it out in a bit. But thank you very much for the donation. I can't see it on StreamYard. That's why. A clever fish. Fro squats, drive through your heels, start light and work your way up. Also, women cannot love. They've evolved to side with the conquering tribe. Yep. You're completely not wrong with that one. A perfect example, gentlemen, is what's happening in Ukraine. Thousands of Ukrainian men died. Thousands of them. But what did the women do? They either escaped into Russia, they either escaped to Western Europe, and before the Ukrainian bodies can turn cold, they're already busting it wide open on day naps. She's not yours, gentlemen. It's just your turn. It's the unfortunate fact of life. I ain't trying to be a Debbie Downer, but hey, it is what it is. Another one. Another $5 donation. Thank you, Clever Fish. Men walk because we see our grandfather married a virgin who gave them 5 kids, a pop as World War II vet and a custodian. Women are not given this today. No, women today, they want to live a life of leisure. They don't want to lift a finger because thanks to social media, a lot of Queen Cleopatras are walking around thinking that they're hot shit, thinking that they're the best thing since sliced bread. They believe that they deserve the best and nothing but the best. They don't want to do any type of dishes. They don't want to sweep them off the floor. They don't want to look after the kids all the time. Hell, at this point, they don't even want to give you a glass of water. They see that as a form of slavery, thanks to feminism. So I completely agree with you, Cleverfish. Channel, what's going on? Yeet brothers, can I stay big? I don't know what you mean by that. Big homo ups to you all. God bless. Salute to you all. Sorry I missed family. Glad you banned that scorpion cowardsy. You sir. See, and here's the thing. I cannot stop women from watching my channel. I can't. But if you're up in here giving no type of constructive criticism, no type of valid input on the topic that we're speaking on, and you just hear arguing about the most random shit, especially if you're arguing about astrology and shit, nah, you need to take that shit somewhere else. That doesn't belong on my channel. But hey, before I do a couple call-ins, because it won't take long, gentlemen, because I did say this won't be a long stream. You know, not like before. If you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, you know, there's Cash App and PayPal. The two links are on top of the chat. Best ways to donate because the money goes directly to me. But you can also do super chat or super thanks. Any type of donation is appreciated, but if you cannot donate, it is all good. No big deal. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get a couple people in here. Oh, also, I do want to talk about. I want to talk to you guys about something I want to do at the end of this stream. It'd be a quick chat. It's not correlating to the topic that I'm talking about. It's something else. Hanok, didn't you stop using Cook Pal? Yeah, I did for a couple weeks, but then when I try to do something alternative, I've heard a lot of stories, especially with Patreon, of channels being suspended or terminated on Patreon. So now I'm at to look at Subscribestar or something else, which Hanok, that does also correlate to what I want to talk about. So all right, we're going to start with the first caller because I'm taking three of these guys. Indrium Kush, what is going on, man?
Hey, how you doing there, Sir Yeetus? I just wanted to introduce myself to you. It's Iridium Kush, just such you know. So, but yeah, so just ranting a little bit. I hear you. I just wanted to say that I travel a lot. My comments, I just want to make. I travel a lot, and I see just all the things you're seeing everywhere. Just everywhere you see it in the West, every city I go to. And I was talking to my colleague at work today. He has an 18-year-old son who's going to college in Florida. The student ratio there is 70 to 30, female to male. And what I wanted to tell him is, man, just keep it in your pants, man. Be careful with these modern women. It is not like what it was when I was in college. Just to give you some frame of reference, I'm 49, so I went to college back in the dark ages when it actually meant something.
Back in the dark ages, huh?
Yeah.
I will assume the 80s.
I'm sorry?
The 80s. Did you go to college in the 80s?
I graduated in 1996.
Oh, so you went to college later on in life, or?
No, I'm
Oh, damn.
almost 50. No, I was in my 20s. I went through normal
Oh,
college life.
oh shit. I'm sorry. I still think that I'm back in like what in the 2000s. That's my apologies. Time is
No
moving by
problem.
fast for me. I got my math completely wrong. Time is moving way too quick right now. Okay, you're right. Okay,
No, no
1990,
worries.
1996, right? That's what you said,
Yeah,
1996.
1996 is when I
So,
graduated. So I took the
how
red
was your
pill.
experience overall, though?
How was my experience with what?
Uh, dating in college, as you can
Oh,
say.
dating, it was nothing like this because we didn't have dating apps. We didn't have the internet. Even the internet was still very, very much in its infancy when I went to college. And so the only way you really met women was to go to parties, house parties. I was in a fraternity when I was in college, so frat frat parties, sorority parties, that kind of thing. You meet girls in class. Um, I went to a school. I went to Michigan State University, a school of 40,000 students at that time. Um, and even with that many students, you're still limited to kind of to that student body. You didn't have the entire world at your fingertips like that. You had to stick with the student the student population that you were with, and you actually had to have social skills when you were with women. Um, None of these young guys have any social aptitude, I think sometimes, but the women don't either. The women have are just terrible. Um, I couldn't imagine dealing with modern women at my age in college. I would never want to tell a 21-year-old don't go have fun with the ladies, but um, at this day and age, that's the only thing I can say. That's the only thing I can think to say. Otherwise, you're just looking at slow suicide.
I agree because the worst possible scenario, she has men within the town or city that she's in back then. You know, now she can hit up some desperate Dubai Prince millionaire so she can earn $100,000 to get her chest chat on. You know what I'm saying? Some weird shit.
Yeah,
So now, when it comes to interacting with today's women, right, in the 20 to 25-year-old range, they automatically, if you're not on some Chris Evans type status, at least when it comes to looks, they look at you as the enemy, automatically the enemy. Like, I'm sure you get them, like, they give you that look. I'm like, yeah, what is going on? The man is just coming to tell you to say hi. Like, like, calm down, And then there's no type of simple, natural conversation. It's automatically like a some type of job interview. You know, how much do you make? Where do you live? What kind of car do you drive? Like, do you want to know about me? No, I don't give a fuck about you. Okay. Do you have a 401k? Like,
yeah,
like,
no, no, no. I hear you, and I run into this all the time when I travel because I'm one of these guys. Not to pat myself on the back, I'm a six-figure guy, six-figure a year guy. I have a good life. I have good estate built up, and I've built up over the years. And um, women notice that when I travel, and they notice that I'm in relatively good shape, look relatively decent for my age, and I get a lot of attraction. It's exactly as you said. They'll just ask you what kind of car you drive, kind of how big your house is, um, how
I
much money
think
you make. And
your gold
all you
gives you
got to know is when you hear that
yeah.
is you just know you just got to know your mind's made up. You know what they're after.
Yeah, well, your chain gives it away. It automatically sees that. And the John Lennon glasses, like, oh, ooh, he looks kind of, is he a rock star?
Fair enough. No, that's fair enough. No, I get a no, I get a lot of I get a lot of stuff about the hair and stuff, but yeah, I don't care.
Well, I'm sure you carry yourself. Well, once you reach a certain age, not all men will be able to, but a lot of men that reaches your age are at that point comfortable on who they are. So they're not all confused, they're not all, timid or intimidated at what they want to say, what they don't want to. No, you are just, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, tough titties, you
Yeah,
know.
and yeah, exactly, and that comes with years of wisdom, and you just learn that, and you have to learn to be indifferent to it. You can't let it constantly get under your skin. Um, I sometimes hear when you talk and when I'm on your chats, you just I can sense it getting under your skin. I can sense frustration, and I just want to caution you a little bit, not to let that boil over, because it can get out of control, and it can cause you to act out in ways you wouldn't want to, and I wouldn't want to see that happen to you.
When was
Um,
this? Was this when I was talking to
I just in it just in general, just the way you kind of carry yourself and carry
oh, when I go
yourself
on
in
my
a lot of your
rants.
rants, you seem just your tone always seems very um a bit very frustrated and upset, and those just to have that constant negative emotion like that concerns me a little bit. That's all.
I wouldn't say that I'm negative. I'm passionate about the situation. I'm not like all, oh, these damn women in their XY chromosomes and whatever it is. Like XX chromosome. My bad. I'm getting my shit wrong. But I'm not on that uh women are bad, hate all women nonsense. No, it's just crazy how much backlash channels like mine get just
Yeah.
for speaking on men's behalf and male issues. And there's not too many channels that are willing to take that risk, right? Because there's always that risk of people deeming you as a target just because you're not the one that's going along with their narrative. You
Oh
know,
yeah. I mean, I'm putting myself I'm making myself a target here. I've made myself a target before, and um, somebody was talking mad shit to me in the chat um, on a stream over the weekend. It happens. Um, it'll happen, and that one that Scorp thought is a notorious one. She ninja watches a lot of people's streams. Um, and I think she was the one who may have been taunting me a little bit on that other stream, and she's she just goes around. She just makes non-constructive comments. She's this vegan. She's like 39 years old, I think. She's an Instacart
uh,
driver.
Celibate Scorpion. That's the one that I banned a couple days ago.
Yep, that's what I was referring to. Scorp thought. Yep.
Ridiculous. Like I'm here, I'm trying to have a constructive conversation with my audience, and then I turn right. She's having a whole different debate with my subscribers about something irrelevant. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh
What
no,
are you
that's par for the course for her. She'll just get into somebody's chat and just start talking mad shit.
man? It's like once again, I know people are like, oh, it took you long enough. It took you long enough. At certain points, I don't really pay attention to what's going on to the chat because I'm trying to get my point across. But a couple days ago, when eventually she started throwing homophobic slurs at people, I'm like, okay, now you got to go.
No,
You
done.
like,
You're done.
I'm not surprised because once again, women they tend to, they love to say, oh, I support the LGBT, and then they'll say some derogatory shit, homophobic shit towards men. It's contradiction. It's just pretty much a walking contradiction. So I'm like, no, I can't have you in my chat because first off, I don't know what the fuck you're arguing about. Like, this has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. B, you are literally distracting my subs Like, no, you gotta go. Like I spoke on this before, where the dynamics always change when a woman goes into a male dominated space, whether it's a military, firefighters, police, wherever it is. Anytime it can only be one woman, just one woman, one. Everybody just changes for the worse because men can't be men when there's a woman around. They just can't, in my opinion. They a they can't really say what they want to say. B, there's a couple of simps running around trying to get her number. Then eventually they'll be fighting amongst each other, and then eventually, uh, depending on if she's scorned, she will start throwing some unnecessary drama or false accusations. How do I know this, gentlemen? Because guess what? Military for a long time in the army. I've seen it myself. As soon
How
as a
long were you in
female
the Army?
soldier walks in, it's not good.
How long were you in the Army?
7 years.
Cool. Awesome.
And I'm telling you right now,
Did you start out of high school?
no, actually, I try to do the college thing first. I'm like, this is lame, and the army's always ready to take people. Like I was good to go within like uh 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Yeah, I had to do a ASVAB test, and I had to sign all these documents. I had to look for my MOS. Um, and then everything's good in the neighborhood when it's all guys. But as soon as the girls come in, you just notice that change. You're like, what the fuck? Like what? Like she ain't that special. Like she ain't even that good looking. Why you acting all extra funny or extra macho, or you talking shit on your friend to make yourself look good?
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is you just have so many guys out there who are still so ignorant and will on the drop of a dime, on the turn of a dime, defend a woman at all costs at the spite of their brothers. They'll just do that. Um, and I don't understand. I've never understood why, and that's why I absolutely despise white knights, because they enable that, and they enable these women to just keep continuing to tell lies to each other and prop each other up, and then they're going to end up like Scorp thought, who are 39 years old, delivering Instacart and having nothing to do.
Right, because if you're such a good catch, you wouldn't be on male dominated spaces right now arguing with a bunch of men on the internet. You'll be too busy taking care of your fucking family.
Mhm.
So no, I don't want to hear your fucking excuses, none whatsoever. Because, and I agree with what is his name? Bam. Women in men's space is sus to me. Sorry, but not sorry. Yeah, it's very sus, especially, and I'm sure you guys heard me explain it 100 times before. These female quote unquote red pill content creators, it's insane. How are you going to go out there and try to give advice to men when you never ever live? Like you're not a man. Why are you out there giving out advice? And on top of that, why aren't they going after the hardcore hitter and quitters? Why aren't they not going after the divorce and family courts, the unjust laws? Why aren't they out there trying to eliminate child support? Why are they not? Like, if you truly are for men, why aren't you advocating for that? That's why I tell men, like, if you out there supporting these female red pill channels, you're a fucking idiot. Because at the end of the day, as soon as they suck out all of your life savings because you think that she's not like these other girls, she can easily leave this platform and drag a bunch of men through divorce and family courts like nothing happened.
It's the old saying: "A fool and his money are soon parted." Um, and another comment I wanted to make: since you served in the military, did you ever run into Real Femme Sapien when you were in the Army?
Nope. Wait, she was in the military?
Yeah, she served. She was. That's her. She and her husband both in the military. She married up. Her husband has a fairly high rank in the military, and she was like I think E5 staff sergeant or something like that. I don't know anything about rankings in the military, but
Mm,
she's like 27
unless
years old and she married this guy and he's like 50. He's like my age. So
no, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that one because unless they were married before they went to the military, they're not allowed. Like if the
well,
husband was already in high rank,
there's a controversy about that.
yeah, I
About
call
the
bullshit with
because
her.
what's the fraternization?
Yes, fraternization. My bad. I was
Yeah,
looking at line and MGTOW stuff.
yeah. So it was fraternization, and yeah, she was actually accused of that, I think. Um, and then like it was the kind of thing like where she wasn't technically serving or something when she proposed to him, or it was something. It was something round and around like that.
Sounds
Um,
like she was desperate.
oh no, she's married. She's married to this guy. Um,
She wanted that free healthcare. That's what she wanted,
oh yeah, and I mean that's the ultimate in hypergamy. She went up. Um,
bro. Because like I said, unless they were married beforehand, it is not allowed. Like you said, fraternization. The army will not allow them to get married whatsoever. So it's either she was on her thottery while she was in the military, or she got married before or after. But what I didn't know is that she was divorced twice. How are you motherfuckers gonna be watching a woman giving out red pill advice? And she couldn't hold two goddamn marriages.
and she's been married since February of 2022. How much
Oh
experience
my
is that?
Lord.
Look at
No.
it on her profile. It says somewhere on there she's been
Oh,
probably married
hell
since
no.
February 2022.
This is why I hate Simps. Hold up.
Exactly. Why are you gonna, and then she's charging $250. Do not waste thy money, gentlemen.
And gentlemen, she's been regurgitating the exact same things that we've been saying for the last 8, 9 years on YouTube. Same things that Under Chronic's been saying since 2016. Similar to what Hammerhand's been saying since 2016. And she's already almost at 100,000 subs. This is why I fucking despise you, Sims. You guys piss me off. Just because you hear a woman saying sweet nothings, you just disregard everything else that we said all these years. Just because you're thinking with your little head, not your big head. Like, oh, she's different. Hey, it doesn't matter if she was divorced twice, okay? Sometimes life doesn't work out. Like, shut the fuck up, please. I just want to drop kick you like Mortal Kombat style, because I don't know, man. It's just because it's one thing that I'm annoyed with, model women, but the Sims, oh man, oh, you have no excuse. If you a simp, you got no excuse, and you know this. You know this. You hear her say the most generic shit. Oh yeah, 50% divorce. Oh yeah, hypergamy. Oh yeah. Now
Yeah,
she's
and
man.
go, go ahead. Sorry.
Let me see how long she's been. She's been around for a little over a year.
And Yeetus, I'm gonna call bullshit when you say she speaks sweet nothings. Her voice could choke a horse.
You knew what I meant. And I'm sorry. Like I think I heard this from Hammerhand, but other channels as well. They she can't like she's a good chameleon, but here and there it slips out. It slips out.
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, if you listen closely, you'll hear little things. Just boop, you'll hear the little drops. Yep.
Yeah, she was talking mad shit about MGTOW during the stream.
But
I was like, hey,
she
who's
did
this?
a
Who's this?
she did a stream about Sandman, and she called him a black pillar.
See, that proves she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a hammerhand. Look. She's talking mad shit about MGTOW right now. Look, 2 hour stream, nothing but negative MGTOW comments. I'm glad that he canceled that, you know, interview that he planned on having. Oh, I'm like, where the okay, I can say what happened in 2020 is part of the reason why these channels are popping up.
Mhm.
But man, all of these POAs and chameleons, oh my god, it's getting out of control. It is getting
Oh,
out of
I
control.
laugh at there was one of these POA websites I went on. This guy claimed he was claims he's a red-pilled POA. I'm not going to mention his name. Um, but just total clown talking about how he's got these secrets, these 10 tips, and he's like, I'll give you the first 10 for free. They were like the most basic, like I will say, game things that we use to talk to girls in college, the most basic stuff. And he's selling this crap online. Guys, don't waste that money.
Yeah, don't be a for these grifters, man. Don't fall for it. Oh, 10 easy payments of $120. You can get this secret course that me just telling you to be confident. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But hey man, anything you want to say to the chat before I move on to the next caller?
Oh, no problem. I just want to say it's a pleasure to meet you, Yeetus. Wanted to talk to you for the first time. And just wanted to say hello to everyone in the chat. Thanks for listening to me rant. And yeah, uh, go ahead on to the next caller. Nice talking to you, sir.
No problem, man. Come back anytime.
Yeah, we'll do.
Peace.
Peace.
What a cool dude. But let me address these couple of super chats because I know I missed a couple of them. Let me go. Let me keep going up. Did I read this one? Bam. All right, then I'm going to go for the next one right here. Nope. I also went too far. Okay. A Clever Fish, $5 donation. Thank you very much for the generous super chat. Do you think we can run MGTOW candidates in certain political seats in such a fashion to get the family courts removed? It will save male lives. Not in this system, no. No. It will never ever happen. You're the very thing that the system despises, the government despises. You are the very thing that is going against their narrative. So unfortunately, that will never happen. In this current system, it wouldn't. You know, but that's a good question though. Great question. Also, another $5 donation from a Clever Fish. You're generous today. When they say we're one BJ away from the plantation, would they like to try? It's free. Hey, Clever Fish, it depends how crazy it gets out there in the future. It depends how crazy it gets and how desperate they get, right? When it comes to shit hitting the fan. But let me add. I don't think I talked to you before. White Void.
Yeah, we have talked in your last stream.
Oh, we have.
Yeah, I remember I'm the veteran that talked to you. We talked about maybe possibly doing a veteran stream.
Oh, damn! It's been a while.
Yeah, well,
Fuck.
I was waiting for you yesterday because you said you're gonna do 2 streams, and
Oh yeah, a lot of shit happened yesterday, unfortunately.
Hey, you know what? It happens.
Well, yeah, life happens, right?
Absolutely.
Unless I wish it was a lot more organized, like it was in the military, but unfortunately,
Yeah. No, it's hard adjusting to getting back to that civilian life. Like I thought, like I was like literally banging my head up against the wall for fucking months, dude.
well, I don't know what to do next. Like, what do you mean I have to make a phone call? What do you mean? Like, people call me?
Yeah, no. They say, what do you mean this person isn't in the office? Do I have to make a call? What the fuck is that?
But what do you have to say when it comes to the topic of why won't our men protect us anymore?
Oh, that's fucking simple. I mean, I said it earlier. Like, you have these so-called, and I use this term super fucking loosely, these elected officials who, treat us, not just us men that are in the military and veterans, but men in general, like fucking meat shields. They're be sent off to as cannon fodder, and then all these fucking like all, if not most, women and weak chicken shit men sit down here and they fucking follow suit. What's the point?
Agreed. That there is no, well, they have their own little agendas they're trying to, fulfill, but definitely breaking up the nuclear family.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I told you before, like, I know I have a nuclear family setting right now that I created, which is it's a challenge and it's damn near impossible to do, but it can be done. It's just that these people are going to fight to destroy that.
Yes. It's like a night and day situation, because I can say at least 10 to 12 years ago, this wasn't as much of a problem.
No, like, I've had people talk to me and they try to emasculate me in front of my wife. I'm like, I'm sorry, who the fuck are you? Who are you to tell me how I need to run my manage my family? Fuck you.
Like, do you forget that you're not behind a computer? Like, like, is there any confusion right there?
Oh yeah, no, they sit down here and they think they can talk to me however they see fit, whether my wife is present or not. And sometimes she is. And they're trying to get her to speak up to the man. I'm the leader of the fucking house. I'm the leader. I lead the family. I'm the fucking king of this house. Why are you trying to step on my toes?
Yeah, like, what do you mean speak up? She can just
They want her because they think that I'm too intrusive or whatever the fuck. I'm just like, it's common sense. It's common sense. Like, my wife and I have a mutual understanding. Okay? So, like, she expects me not to hang out with single women. Why the fuck would I hang out with single women anyways? And then the same goes for her. I don't want to hang out with single men, because then it's suspect between the both of us.
But then it's even worse when you're hanging out when she has those feminist single besties.
No, she doesn't. Nope. She hangs out with her kind because she's from the Philippines. The Philippines in general, not just the women, are naturally fucking conservative. And they have these mindsets. Huh?
So I like the Philippines, especially Manila. Manila, yeah, it is slowly turning liberal, but it's not as bad as the States. It's not as bad.
No, I've been to that country twice, and the combination of like 2 months. I actually got the Philippine experience. Like, I stayed with her family.
Oh, I personally tend to go more urban, right? So, not too urban, right? Because I'll get lost and probably get attacked by a giant centipede.
Exactly.
But urban enough where she's far away from the Cardi B's and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, Cardi B has no influence in these countries. Like, she's an afterthought. They may play her music, but they don't play it on fucking repeat like they do here in this country.
That's why I say I pray for fathers that have daughters right now in 2022, because
I'm one of them. So thank you for your prayers.
You find a difficult battle. I'm telling you, it's not going to be.
She's not even talking yet, so I'm enjoying what I can right now. She's just a baby still.
True, but like when she gets older, like, I know, like, you don't want to treat her like a Rapunzel, right? Keep her in her fucking room 24/7. But at the same time, it's like, man, like, there's so many negative influences that she can pick up out there.
Yeah. It was my concern when I found out that my wife was pregnant. I was like, man, you know, if I have a girl, these challenges are going to come up. And if I have a boy, you know, he's going to get treated like shit. And society is either going to outright hate him or they're going to be like, oh, we'll just tolerate him. It's fucking
Right, like I can at least be honest if I ever have a son. I can at least be honest with him about how things truly work, and he'd be able to take the hard or the harsh truth of the world. Hopefully.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, if you raise him right, and you know you treat him, you teach him how to be a man, and then they can sit down here and they can take anything. Because I've seen it with guys with sons, and they may be young, but they understand these things. It's incredible sometimes.
Right, because like I said before, whether you know, boy or girl, when you're a baby up until, you know, I'll say 9, 10 years old, you're in the mother's world. But like 10 years old and older, you're in the dad's world, because she's supposed to take care of you and nurture you until a certain age. And then once you reach that certain age, then it's up to the father to teach you how to pretty much operate or be self sufficient in the world.
Exactly. Like, to me, I treat a lot of men like younger brothers because most of the guys I know are much younger than me. And they sit down here and they always asking me for advice. I was like, you know, it's like, you already know what my advice is. Stay single, dude. Like, you can do the whole passport thing, but the first thing you do, stay single. Work on your grind. Work on your financial, your physical, and your spiritual and mental grind. And you're golden.
Agreed. And that's the thing that, and I also explained this before, why a lot of people get confused and why men get irritated during the gender reveals when they find out that they have a girl, because we can't have that conversation with the daughters when they reach that age. Because even if you try to, they will only listen to respond, not listen to learn.
Yeah, no, like you, in a way, it would kill me to do it, but it would almost, I feel as if I have to scare them into not doing anything, like going into the I'm going to censor it, to the corn world or to Lonely Fans or anything, something like that.
You got to show them the monkeypox.
Exactly.
Oh, you want the monkeypox? Look at that. And even the monkeypox, like it disgusses me. Like, I'm like, ugh, like what the fuck? Like it I don't know. What's it called? Triphobia? I forgot what it was called. But it's just giant fucking weird looking blisters all over your body. Ugh.
Oh, I know what you're talking. It's kind of like like early onset leprosy or some shit like that. Because I was watching a YouTube video. If you guys check him out, he brings in a lot of truth, but you know, he makes a lot of sense. It's Paul Joseph Watson. He did a video on this German dude who had monkeypox on his nose so badly he had necrosis on his fucking nose. It was disgusting.
Gross.
Yeah, no, like his nose was gone. They couldn't fucking save it. It was just straight up necrosis.
Did I pull a Michael Jackson?
Like worse, like 100 times worse.
They had to put on new nose for him or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know the story. All I know is that I saw the picture and his eyes were obviously blacked out and his nose was just black and green and it almost looked like if you poked it with a stick the wrong way that it would fall off.
Oh, that's disgusting. But hey, man, do you have anything to say to the chat? Because got a couple people waiting.
Yeah. I don't know if any of y'all in the chat ever thought about joining the military or walked in to a fucking recruiter's office. Cut ties with them. Stay the fuck home. Seriously.
Because is it truly worth it, gentlemen? Just think about it. Based on everything that you've learned in your life so far,
And coming from two veterans that are telling you to stay the fuck home.
there's no patriotism, no freedom.
No
They're
glory,
just
no glory, no honor behind it because the powers that be don't want it that way. They rather fucking perform a blood sacrifice and send you to the fucking front lines where your ass is gonna get mowed down.
who's the real winners? Arms dealers.
Mm-hmm.
They're the real winners out there. And the defense contractors, what the fuck it's called. I forgot what they were called. But the people that creates the weapons and deals weapons to other people, other countries, they're winning at the end of the day.
With your fucking blood.
Bingo.
Don't fucking do it. I swear to God, if any of you tell me I'm seriously joining, come to me. Hell, or either come to Yeetus. We'll change your mind in a real fucking hurry.
Oh yeah, I will bring up so many documents and photos to show you otherwise why you shouldn't do it. I can't stop you from going, but you got to know what's really happening out there before you make that choice.
Not only that, there are a lot of white knights and simps that have joined, because I've had some women who have laid hands on me, and as soon as I put hands back on them, some dude put me in the full Nelson. And then another time, some mouthy cunt decided to mouth off to me, and then I finally told her to shut the fuck up. Every single simp within earshot fucking surrounded me, and I just ate shit for like an hour straight by telling her to shut the fuck up.
That's why I stay concealed. Let's just say that.
No, I was.
Is she really worth it? Is she really worth your life?
No,
Try me.
no, fuck her. Because there are a lot of mouthy cunts that join the military, and then when they finally get that uniform and they earn that title, whatever branch they in, they think they're on top of the world and they can be some run of the mill fucking one private that don't know shit about shit.
Do you know who I am? I'm in the Marines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
And then you get some thirsty E6 staff sergeant that's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna destroy that pussy tonight, and I'm gonna give her all sorts of fucking benefits. And they say, oh no, that doesn't happen. They're full of shit.
Nah, I know plenty of dudes in the military, even with the uniform, they get nothing. But White Boy, thank you for joining, man, and definitely come back anytime.
Oh yeah, no, I plan on coming back, and thank you for having me again.
No problem, man. Peace out.
Peace.
All right, carry on. What's going on, man?
I'm good. I haven't been around for a long time, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, very long time. Where the fuck you been?
I can't stay in one place for too long. I get bored and I have to go other places.
Oh, okay. It's cool. Okay. I'm the serious type. I see why you get bored at times.
Oh no, I haven't listened to a lot of MGTOW stuff or anything like that. I just had to go I just listen to different type of information generally.
I was about to say you went outside and touch grass.
Yeah.
but in all seriousness, what's your input about the topic today of women screaming like a bunch of banshees of why don't our men protect us?
Well, that's because they didn't raise men to protect women. And even though they told them to, their actions were a totally different thing. Well, half of them told them to, like their mothers, but society told them not to protect them because women don't need protection from men because men are the danger in the first place, so they should just keep away from women. That was generally the idea that they told people. And even if they didn't say it, through their actions, they made the young boys definitely believe that. Like, how many times have you seen in like videos or some movies that the man's the bad guy, or this person did something and he did it wrong because he was a dumb child or he's a dumb boy, something like that. So yeah, they have brainwashed the people into believing that men shouldn't help women. And I believe that in a society where everyone's attacking you, you should only protect people that are close to you and people that you can trust. Because there's no point of going to save someone when they can sue you for hurting them when you're trying to save them from drowning. That's kind of dumb. It's like, well, yeah, I had to break a bone in your ribcage while I'm trying to resuscitate you. That might happen. And yeah, crazy shit like that. So I wouldn't stick my neck out when I could get chopped off.
I completely agree. And also, are you surprised about this current situation when women for decades has been screaming, we don't need you to protect us. We don't need men. Men ain't shit.
Bro, it's not that they don't say that. They say that, and after they say the other thing at the same time. So people that are listening to them are confused, and the ones that are still trying to save them, they're normally dying. So it's like selective. Like nature's just picking off anyone that wants to help women through like experience that they had, or they actually die. So it's like, well, I don't want to go through that experience again, where I was told by everyone that I was how to say a predator. So would be the best word, because I touched a person when I was trying to protect them, or I'm aggressive because when someone was having an argument with their boyfriend, I got in the way, or I'm being nosy. So like, no one wants to be told that, especially when you think you're doing a good thing. It just makes you feel like shit.
So, okay, so when it comes to that, right? When it comes to that, do you agree with the saying, when women don't need us, they don't want us?
I think that's with
But
everyone in
you get what I'm
general.
talking about?
I just think that's with people in general. Most people, if they don't need someone, they wouldn't even talk to them. I could
Well,
say that.
I will say just based on female
Yeah.
nature.
Females. If it's talking about females, yeah, they do that. I wouldn't deny it.
They don't need us, such as war or this famine or some type of uh, catastrophe that happens. They don't want us in general, which would explain the phenomenon that's been happening for the last, I will say, little over 100. Oh no, I would say 100 years. I'll say 100 years.
And it's
Now,
not that they
them to
don't
say,
need
oh,
men.
we
It's
don't
just
need
that
you.
they don't. I wouldn't say it's that they don't need men. They don't immediately need men. So there's a lot of men doing stuff in the background, but not in the forefront in their lives. So
But since we made things so comfortable now, to the point where they don't even know where the produce comes from at the grocery store, they just think that it just appears magically at the store. That's how comfortable things are
yeah,
getting.
when people actually say that crazy stuff, like, did you not go to school? Did you not like go to pre-K and all that stuff? Like, where they're talking about, oh yeah, this is a farm. This is where you get your meat from. It's like, do you not realize this? It's like, oh yeah, only women do this. It's like, I've heard women say the most crazy shit. It's like, are you serious? Like, we all know this was a lie, like when we were children. How did the world get so crazy that me as a child, when I was around 6 and 7, knew more than the general public? Now it's like, we're rather we don't know anything, or we're purposely lying to ourselves to feel comfortable. And it's definitely the last one, because people definitely know the truth. They just don't want to say it because it makes some people uncomfortable.
But now it's getting to the point where society is so comfortable that now air conditioning is sexist. Now there's 300 genders. Now uh, they don't know the definition of a woman is. That's how
If you
that's
like
how
the last one,
comfortable
that
things are
last one,
getting.
the last one's not that bad, to be honest. If no one knows the definition of a woman, that means there's no such thing as a woman. There's no special rights for women anymore. There's
That's
no.
what makes things so concerning, at least in the United States, because we have a person that got elected to the highest court in the land that didn't feel, she was a woman, and didn't feel that it was her place to define what a woman is because she's not a biologist. She got to the highest court in the land. Think on that, gentlemen. I'm talking to you in the chat. Just think on that. That's how comfortable shit's getting.
Is this a bad thing though? Like, we know. Okay,
Yes, it
I'll
is
say it
beyond
is a
bad at this
thing.
point.
If we want societies to not go into a spiral and go down into the sink, it's generally a bad thing. But if you don't care that much about society as a large, and you care about your small communities, it's not really a bad thing as long as you have the necessary needs. Yes, bad things will happen. You can't stop every solution from like even if you planned out. Life is well, the universe is just unmeasurable, so you can't plan it out. Even if you had a machine that could calculate everything from the beginning of time, you still couldn't plan out the future because that's just how physics works. So yeah, you can plan the
Yeah,
best.
I see what you're saying, man.
So,
I do. But just like what Francesco said, where life is too easy, women get belligerent. Yeah, the women
I
go
would
out of
say
their
it's
way
just
to find things to have drama, have chaos, to create. They go out there to create adversity for themselves and others. That's how crazy things are getting these days. There's no legitimate issues.
yeah. I think
Tell
there's a
me, there
saying.
was a woman that went on national television complaining about an air conditioner being fucking sex.
Yeah, I think that was the BBC or something. But yeah, like I think there's a saying. Like I remember saying when I was younger, because I was destructive, so to say, that idle hands does the devil's work, and you can say that as a mind as well. Like when people don't have something to focus on, they're gonna find a problem in peace, and they're gonna cause that problem to grow and grow. And I'm not gonna even bother to fix it. It could be like a small problem that they saw like, I don't really like this. I could fix it, but I'm just gonna leave it and complain about it without actually touching it and like, well, I have this lump on my leg. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just gonna leave it there. And a few months go by, and after a year goes by, and after it's like, well, it's really big now. I have to go to the doctors. I was like, well, you have cancer. I was like, when did you find out? I was like, oh, 5 years ago. I was like, why did you come to me before? Like, it could have been easily treated. You would have been fine. Now it's like, we might have to chop off your leg. And like, that's just what women are doing, and a lot of like weak men. Because I'm gonna be honest, weak men are the bane of society. I don't matter. It doesn't matter what political leaning you're on, you're right, left, authoritarian or libertarian. It doesn't really matter. If you're weak and you don't have a set of morals that you're gonna stick to, then you
I
don't
agree.
really have anything at all. You're just a wind blowing in the like. You're just wind. You're just air. You have nothing. Anyone can just walk past you. You don't even have. You're not even solid matter. You're not even a leaf. I can't even call you a leaf blowing in the wind because that would be a little bit too offensive to leaves. They actually have a bit of resistance. You're worse because you just allow people to use you and throw you away as you're done with it, just like carbon dioxide when you breathe it out. So people that just have no morals or values or key goals in their life, like principles or anything like that, are dangerous because they might say they will help you. They might be trying to do something that they think is good, but what they think is good can change in 1 second or 1 nanosecond sometimes. So you can't really trust those people, and they literally are the most dangerous people on the planet.
And that's what I plan on talking about tomorrow as well. But do you have anything to say to the chat before I let you go?
One thing I can say to try and build a set of morals that you can stick by. It's not easy because generally just living life without morals is much more simpler. But sticking to a set of values that you're going to follow, even if it's hard, it does make your life simpler because it does seem like it's hard, but it gets simpler because you know that if it's in this situation, I will always do this. If it's in that situation, I will always do that. So yeah, build a set of morals that you can follow, even if it's difficult.
All right, man. That's actually pretty good advice, but I'll talk to you later and you'll come back soon, right?
Yeah, I might come back tomorrow. I have nothing to do really at this time. So yeah,
Just making sure. Just making sure.
I might
Oh,
disappear. I might come back as a new person. You don't know.
oh
Maybe I
God.
was here the
Okay.
whole time.
Yeah, I remember you like to shapeshift to other avatars. But I'll talk to you later, man. Peace out.
Yeah, see you later.
Hey, Moki Alex, I was gonna let you in, but I do have to go soon. I want to talk to the subs right quick. Come back tomorrow. You'll be the first one to come, Moki Alex. So everybody right now, everybody in the chat, I do plan on creating a membership type situation, right? Where you get your little membership on YouTube and stuff. But I'm not just gonna create memberships just because. right? If I'm gonna go to the point where you're paying $2, $3 a month, I gotta make sure that you have good enough content that you think is worth that type of money. So I would definitely think of some ideas that could work with the membership, and then you guys let me know. That's what's going to be happening in a couple days. Um, and on top of that, tomorrow I will be talking about morality because I heard a conversation between the Great Ghost and Chris Mitchell about morals, and I would like to get into details about morality because it is such a broad subject, and I see that there isn't really a concrete answer to morality. So I believe it will be an interesting conversation. You know, don't get me wrong, I'll definitely add in some red pill goodness into the conversation. But I do believe talking about morals and hell, I'll even add in ethics, principles with Hammerhand if possible. I'm gonna contact him tonight. I'm gonna see if he's able to join tomorrow, if it's possible. But just to leave this with you guys, I will be starting the membership thing soon, but only if I'm able to create content that's good enough for it. Because I'm not just going to charge you guys for no fucking reason. B, we will be talking about morality tomorrow, and it will pretty much be a call-in show, but it'll be rapid fire because I know a lot of you guys will want to call in. There's going to be a lot of point of views, a lot of a lot of disagreements, but I do believe we can have a conductive conversation. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoy it. Bane of Ara Sir Du Bois. I can't even say it right now. Sir Yeetus, we should vote on it. Also, what about the lads who can't or won't buy it? Hey, it's on them. They'll still get the regular content that I'm putting out right now. I think I put out a decent amount of content every day. But for people that actually wants to join the membership thing, that's definitely going to be something that I want to discuss with my subs. All right, I'm not just going to be like, hey, yeah, buy this membership because yeah, just do it. No, if you're going to be investing extra money, I need to make sure that it's worth it. I'm sure you guys understand. Because I'll be damned if I be that type of guy that will charge you $50, $100 and tell you, oh, just be confident, bro. Pay me another $200. Like, nah, fuck that. I want to make sure that you get your money's worth. But I had a great time today, gentlemen. Definitely a great conversation for the last almost 2 hours, actually. It was going to be just 1 hour, but the call-ins, it got very interesting. So tomorrow I'll definitely put out a vote about, what type of content you guys will like, if I put up that membership thing. But regardless, at the end of the day, I am greatly appreciative of you guys' donation. I appreciative that you guys are giving me maximum participation in my streams. And it's going to get real tomorrow with the live stream about morality. Because it's technically a philosophical thing. And I know when it comes to debates about philosophy, it gets heated. It gets very heated. But I'm looking forward to it. It's your boy, Sir Yeetus. Thank you for participating in my stream today. And I hope I dropped a shit ton of gems on you tonight. And I am out. Peace.